Howdy folks, Uncle Bumble here. I recently got some new gear and some people were asking me about it. I figured it'd just be easier to do a video. I think I remember I have a YouTube channel, so it's been a year since I did a video, I believe, and so it was time. But no, I got this hot tent here for Christmas, and I recently picked up this wood stove to go with said hot tent that I got for Christmas. So this is I think it's the cheapest hot tent you can find on YouTube. That's what I asked for because that was the right price. And it's not a bad little tent. It is kind of a little tent. They claim it's a 3-person tent, but when you're built like a small Sasquatch, it's not a 3-person tent. With the wood stove, it's this guy. Without the wood stove, you could do 2 people. You're just going to have to kind of snuggle with your gear a little bit, but it's doable. Let's see, what else? The tent, it's 5'2". I think it's like 10'4" or something from one point to the other, but it's on a peak, so it's not all that much of usable space. But it comes with it's got 2 doors, the one you guys are in and this one back here, and then there's a vent above both. I do recommend that you open both up. I was a little lazy last night, and that one vent just wasn't quite enough when you open the door to add or wood or mess around with the fire, so I had to open the door up and get a little fresh air in here. But all in all, not bad. Speaking of fresh air, a guy was lazy and didn't put snow on the bottom of the tent, and since there's no skirts that help block that draft, I was getting a little bit of breeze. It's 30 degrees. It wasn't too bad. I mean, there were several times last night where I had to get out from underneath the sleeping bag and lay on top because it was toasty. It was nice. It was really nice to wake up this morning and not have to rush because my hands were cold, my feet were getting cold, my boots were frozen, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, all in all, it's a pretty nice little tent. Comes with a stove jack. The stove jack is silicone. It's only rated to 400 degrees. There's no damper on the stove, so it got a little melty, a little brown, but it's okay. It's not on fire. It's fine. The tent is seam sealed. As I'm looking around trying to think what else to say, it is seam sealed. It's got some nice reflective tie-out points on the outside. That way when you wander away to go pee in the middle of the night, your headlamp will show you the way back home when it hits the reflective bits. Some people say it looks like a spaceship's, but yeah, so it's a nice little tent. The stove. I paid $109 for the stove. It's the TMS wood stove. Again, probably one of the cheapest ones you can find on Amazon when you're backpacking wood stove. It's got issues. If you want something to buy and just take out into the woods, this is not it. If you don't mind doing a little bit of tinkering, this will be fine. I set all this stuff up in the backyard 2 days ago to just get used to setting stuff up and burn stove. And stove about killed me. The paint I don't think is any sort of temp rating, and it smelled like somebody was burning cat crap, and it was a little hard on the eyes. So then I put a kibosh on that, set it up a day later, and just run her as hot as I could get her, trying to burn as much paint off as possible. And it was pretty decent. And there was a little more paint to come off last night, but it wasn't trying to kill me in the middle of the night, so that was good. Another major flaw, we'll just go with the flaws, was the door latch. There's a pin up here that I had to drill. There's weird vents in the back. I'll pop some images in of that stuff. Maybe a little video of the original door latch. This here is a curtain rod hanger I had laying around in the garage. Works real nice. Got a little bit of coals left in there, but originally the door did not stay shut at all. It just suck all kinds of air. These would flop around in a circle, so we'll fix some of those. There's a spring behind the screw. I just tightened it all the way down. The one in the back I double nutted, just tightened right down. We're in a self tapper, and there's a vent in the bottom. I don't know why. Like I said, you'll see a video of that. Other than that, oh yeah, there's set screws that hold the legs in, kind of janky. kind of hard on the hands trying to do the little when they're cold, so I'm just going to drill a hole all the way through, put pins through them, and then I might put a piece of flat steel between the legs, because when I set the stove in there, I set her down a little hard and the front two legs kind of, so I had to pull them back, and I was waiting for the weld to just go pop, but they're still on there. Yeah, so not a bad little stove. It about cooked me out a couple times last night, so that's good. We got these thing here so you can allegedly cook on it. I haven't done that yet. There's not a lot of room in here to be doing all that. You got these fire poker and a hoe for pulling ashes out and playing around in the fire. Yeah, not a bad little stove. The stove pipe, I was actually quite surprised. The stove pipe is actually made out of the same gauge metal as the stove itself, so it's kind of a plus, kind of a minus. It's extra weight that you don't really need, but you don't have to worry about them getting crushed. And everything fits in the stove for transport too, so that's pretty nice. But all in all, I think we had a pretty successful night with this. Much better than last year sleeping on the ground underneath the tarp, but it's also 10 to 15 degrees warmer, so yeah. All right, well, this has been Uncle Bumble. It was good seeing you guys again, and have a great day.